Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to show you how to connect a form in your WordPress site to a Slack channel. Now you may ask yourself, why would you want to do this? For me personally, I already get too much email. So when I have a form connected to send information to my inbox, I sometimes miss it. So in this example, I'm going to show you how to connect it to a dedicated Slack channel so you can keep it all in one place. And if you have someone on your team that needs to follow up on the information, you can just tag them and continue to work in your Slack workspace. So I have my WordPress site here. It's called Heavy Business. It's a metal themed office accessories store. To get started, you're going to need to install the Contact Form 7 plugin. If you have a paid Elementor theme, often it will already include Contact Form 7, but if not, you just go plugins, then add new. And then I am just going to search for Contact Form 7. Choose install now. Once it's installed, I'm going to go ahead and activate it. And we should be good to go. With Contact Form 7 installed, I'm going to go ahead and add a new page where my form is going to live. So I'll just go pages, add new. In this case, I'm hiring content writers. So I'll just make a page called hiring. And then I'm going to go ahead and edit it with Elementor. So there it is, my brand new page, and we're hiring. Now that the page is created, I can go ahead and just drag a form in there. Like I said, since we're hiring, I might want to customize the fields. So you can just add the fields you want on the left here. I will add a file upload and give it a label for CV or samples. And I will change the name of the label to say, why do you want to work here? I also will add one more column here, just a URL for their social media link, and reorder it to make sense with the rest of my form. Now that is pretty simple. I'm gonna go ahead and save a draft. Save early, save often. So this form looks good for my purposes. If you do still want to receive email, you can click the little email drop down here and configure the to subject message that gets sent in the email, where it's from, the name of who it's sent from, all of these things. You will need to make sure that your WordPress email sending is configured properly or it may not go through. And as I said before, the odds of it ending up in the spam folder are quite high. With those basics out of the way, we can now go ahead and set up our Slack integration. So up here on the top, we have actions after submit, and you'll see it has collect submissions and email already in the box. If you just click this little positive sign here, there's a drop down of a whole bunch of other options. So you could connect through a webhook, a MailChimp campaign, other email providers, but what we're looking for is the Slack option. Now you'll notice once I have Slack here, another bar appears on the left-hand side to give me the options similar to the email for configuring my Slack setup. Before you can push messages to a Slack channel, you need to enable the webhook integrations in your Slack environment. You will see a little notice here that this is a legacy integration. So at some point they may not support this method of pushing data into a Slack channel. At this point, it seems to be the most reliable way, and it's still working on all of my installs. So I'm going to just go ahead and click add to Slack. In the next step, it's going to ask me what channel in my Slack environment I want the form information passed to. So I'm going to go over to my Slack setup here and create a new channel called Hiring Responses. And just go ahead and hit create. And at this point, I do not need to invite anyone to it because it's just for my own messages. So now when I click my drop-down box, it'll load everything in my workspace, and you'll see I have hiring responses right here. So I'm going to go ahead, choose that, and add the incoming webhook. Next, it's going to bring up the webhook URL. And so this is a unique URL that Slack knows when it receives JSON or data, essentially, that it should post to that channel. So I'm going to copy this URL from my Slack app and go back to my form settings and just paste the webhook URL in the webhook URL field. Under channel, I'm just going to retype in the channel name with the £, so hiring-responses, and the username will be form on the website so that I know where those responses are coming from in the event that I have other places dumping data into that channel. What do I want it to send? That would be the form data, and the timestamp I will leave so that I have a sense of when they come in. Additional options, nothing to add there, so I'll just go ahead and publish my form.
Hold up.
Before we test our WordPress to Slack integration, I need to take a minute to ask you to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I love to share my knowledge, so if you do have a question, just put it in the comments below and I'll do the best to give you an answer or point you in the right direction. So back on our site here, we're ready to go ahead and test our contact form 7 to WordPress integration. So I'll just go ahead and fill out this form a little bit because I'm awesome. Like and subscribe. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and hit the send button. I don't have a file to share right now. We got the check mark. The form was sent successfully, so we can open up our Slack and see if it was sent. And lo and behold, in my hiring responses channel, I have a new form submission from Rock, email, because I'm awesome. And if there was a file, it would be attached here as well. So you can go ahead, you can tag someone that is working with you, or just keep them all in one place as they come in and sort them later. Whatever you need to do with it, it's all there for you. It's not in the spam folder. It's gonna ping your phone. You gotta deal with it. So there it is, simple enough. WordPress, contact form 7 to Slack, keeping all of your form submissions in a single channel. Now, if you're trying to do this yourself and you have questions, please drop them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. Otherwise, like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more tips soon.